We welcome Shane Davies, assistant coach at Darley, and Rick Horde, head coach at Sunbury, for the build-up to the elimination final in the Darley Football League this week. And welcome along, fellas. And first of all, Shane, it's been a nervous time at Darley this year, and to make the finals, well, you'd just about be pinching yourselves, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, we're wrapped. It's been a long season, and to finish sixth is probably where we deserve to finish. And the season starts again now.
What's been the thought over the year? It's been a really hard campaign, and obviously I think there's probably about 10 players from that premiership team last year that aren't playing at the moment, so there's been a lot of changeover, as there has been with other clubs. But it's more or less been a situation where you've had chances to really consolidate in the sixth, and you haven't been able to take them.
Yeah, we've had to blood a lot of young players to fill those gaps, and with younger players comes a bit of inconsistency. So that's where the phases in games have been from lack of experience. But like I say, we start again this week.
You guys would be the underdogs going to this match. Does the side have to believe that they can win?
Absolutely, yeah. Sunbury knocked us off last week. We went with them for a half, and we'll change a few things up and we'll go again. It's a different ground, it's a lot smaller. They play their home ground really well, and it's a home game for us, so yeah.
So do you think this week is more about a full quarter effort rather than just a first half?
For sure, yeah. We've got to go for full quarters.
I know, Rick, it's the way it goes. You just mentioned about the home final. You finished third, they finished sixth, and they get the home final.
Well, that's the way it is at this, in this league. So I don't think it really matters. We'd played Koori Rupp if we had to. We're just happy to be in the finals, and we're looking forward to it. It's been a good process. We put a plan into place, and finished with 4 losses for the year and finished third on percentage. We're pretty happy with that.
In the off-season, you guys went out and more or less targeted exactly what you wanted in way of recruits and picked up some players. And so you really had to, not start again, but you were, I suppose you call it rebuilding, because you've just been on the edge of the finals in last few years. So you've been delighted with the way that the new team has gelled together.
Yeah, well, the previous 2 years, it's been well documented that we went with the kids and played all the kids that were locals and rebuilt. We were fantastic that we made the finals the previous 2 years with an average of 29 points and playing all the locals. So we knew what we wanted, and we went out and got them. We recruited 9 players. We had it all signed before December. 6 of those recruits will play on the weekend. So, and it's taken a while to get a bit of continuity with the new players in the team. But the last 7 weeks we've been pretty good. So we go in with a bit of momentum and fairly confident.
What do you think will give you guys the advantage over Darley?
Well, I think our experienced players probably. We match them for the kids. They've got a lot of young kids playing with talent, and so have we. And I think we just got the edge a bit with our experienced players.
Coming off a win, obviously, in the last round, you did it relatively comfortable, but what did you take out of that game that you take into this one that will give you the edge again?
Well, what we did take out of the game last week is that we can't play like we did in the first quarter. We tended to play safe football last week. I think we had our eye on the finals, and no one wanted to get injured and stuff like that. And they took it up to us in the first half. So at half time it was fairly brutal in the change room, and very pleased to come out in the third quarter and kick 8 goals. And the last quarter, obviously we took Kovacevic, Megan, Redfern and Burgess off with probably 20 minutes to go. But obviously we can't allow them to kick 4 unanswered goals like they did in the last 5-10 minutes of the game last week.
Shane, it's been a difficult season in many ways, injuries, but then again every club has that. How hard has it been for the players or the club coming off a premiership, that absolute high, and then this year they've really had to get back to really doing some hard work to get where they are now?
Yeah, it's it was new territory for us, being the reigning premiers and losing a lot of players for different reasons. but we just had to, give it our best shot. And like I say, we played a lot of young kids. The expectation was on us to finish up the top again. We haven't been able to do that, but we've given ourselves an opportunity to play final again, so that's great for us.
It's been a strange season for you. I mean, the loss in the mud at Sebastopol looked like maybe costing you a final, and in the end Sebastopol did you a favour in the last round by taking out East Point. And what were the thoughts going into that last round? You really thought, well, the belief would have been that you had to win, and you threw everything at that. So what more can you find to get the better of Sunbury?
Well, like Rick said, we really took up to them in the first quarter, so if we can bring that for 4 quarters, we give ourselves a chance.
Coach Jared Edwards is finishing up at the end of the year. He's done a fantastic, obviously, job. He's a premiership coach. In doing so, you become, I guess, a legend of the club in that sense. There'll be obviously the players be keen that this is not his last game. Yeah,
absolutely. He's got a lot of respect. Great player, great bloke. It's good motivation, going into the final series to send Teddy off on a good note.
Rick, obviously, no one wants to go out in straight sets or in a final series, particularly after you've done the hard work to finish third. What's the main message to your players this week? Because there will be that feeling, you finish third, you get the 6th team, it's probably one of the more suitable draws in the finals. What's the message this week to make sure your boys aren't going through the paces?
Well, at the end of the season, if you lose, it's 2007 that happened to Sunbury, and that'll be the message that we put too much work in to come here this week and let it slip. When we've played them this week, we've played them twice during the year, beat them quite comfortably both times. So we go in as favourites. It's not something that we would normally do, but they've just got to come out and play to their maximum this week. And we've trained really well during the week. We're probably going to have about 3 or 4 changes to the side. A couple of blokes we rested last week will come back into the team. So we're in a pretty healthy spot, and confidence is up, and we have huge respect for them. They give us a touch up in this same game last year, and then they went on to win the flag. So we understand that it's a great position to be in, but you've got to tick the box of the first week and win the game. Otherwise, the season's over.
I can't let you go today without talking about Alec Megan. I know he's only one player in the team, but he's been a sensational recruit this year for the club.
Yeah, I'm quietly surprised. I knew he was a talented player, but he's honestly had 7 best on grounds the last 7 games. So he's a freak, and the Melton South president gave him the nickname Magic. So he's been copying a bit of that during the week, but it doesn't seem to faze him. He's just a quality bloke, and he's been really good for the group. And the benefit has been at training and stuff. So he lifts the standard of training and gets into the boys. Really down to earth type of guy. So he's really fitted in really well, and let's hope he has a final series like he has with the home and away.
David Kovacevic also has been a very influential player and in the ruck, and arguably one of probably the top 3 ruckmen in the competition. And you'd expect that he'd be a key player this week as well.
Yeah, he's in super form, and I'm a bit biased. I think he's clearly the best ruckman in the comp by a mile myself, but we'll find out when the other coaches vote with the team of the year. But his form has been excellent. He's actually matured as a person, and off field as well with his work and everything. It's showing out on his form on the field too. So it's one in our leadership group. He's really come of age this year.
Just last one, I guess, to Darley, to Shane. Obviously, you've blooded some youngsters this year, and you've had to do that, and that all goes well for the future. But you've already been asked where you may get the advantage this week. Is there any particular area, particularly up forward? I think a lot of your good work's been defence, probably up forward, probably where you really haven't clicked.
Yeah, you're probably right there. But having said that, we've got some pretty classy forwards who on their day could be match winners, so that's what we're hoping for.
Mitch Banger, one of those, obviously a high-profile recruit to the club this year, and he's had a forward role in recent times. If he could get off the leash, he's obviously a player that could really turn the game for you guys.
Yeah, he's our leading goal kicker. Gets a lot of opportunities, gets a lot of the ball. It'd help if he could kick straight. But look, like I say, he could be a match winner on his day, so that's what we're hoping for.
Okay, well, thanks very much for joining us today and coming to have a chat to us. We wish you all the best in the elimination final. It'll be a great game at Darley, no doubt. So we thank Shane Davies from assistant coach at Darley and Rick Horde, the head coach, senior coach at Sunbury. Thanks very much, fellas.